Great. I- Go ahead and use your diary entry when you're ready.
Okay, today was quite a mixed bag. It started off well enough. I woke up at 7 and after a long holiday, it was time to return to the office. I had some time before work, so I took a shower, practiced my English for a bit, and read the diary, wimpy kids. But as soon as I got to work, I felt overwhelmed trying to reconnect with my colleagues. Overwhelmed, just I felt I feels like or okay. So although I was excited to see them, I struggled to express myself clearly, which left me feeling inadequate, inadequate. I don't know how to pronounce it.
You're doing great, Jer. The word is inadequate. It means feeling like you're not good enough or not able to do something as well as you'd like. And overwhelmed means feeling like there's too much to handle. Want to continue?
Exactly. Okay. It was like okay. So I just wanna use the overwhelm to make example. I think there's scenarios about when the boys did have their first with girls, they feel really overwhelmed on their dating because they don't know how they gonna start their conversation, what they gonna do, to make girls happy, right? Is that correct?
For how to make a good impression. Using overwhelmed here captures that feeling of being a bit lost or unsure in a new situation.
Exactly. That's totally right. How about I'll just make example right now. Overwhelmed. Okay, just use like what I said it, and could you just use like make example? Thank you. Make example. Yeah.
Sure, here's an example using overwhelmed. On his first day at the new job, Jer felt overwhelmed by all the information he needed to learn. He wasn't sure how to handle all the tasks, but he knew he had to take it one step at a time.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a good point. I still remember, like maybe 7 years ago, and when I first when I first started at the my
Inadequate.
okay my job, and I'm not in that time I'm not expert, and I don't know too much about design well, so I felt really overwhelmed. I felt really a lack of confidence. I said, oh my gosh, I really need somebody help me, and I'm the youngest in the other team, and I just feel like really overwhelmed, just lack of confidence. I'm afraid to talk with people as well.
That's a great reflection, Jer. Starting out in a new field, especially as the youngest on the team, can definitely feel overwhelming. It's common to feel a lack of confidence in those situations, but it sounds like you've come a long way since then. It's all part of the learning process.
Yes, and especially okay, we turn that word inadequate, especially like when my design, I'm done with the design, I show it to my manager, and he would just say, okay, this work is extremely inadequate. You have to do it again. So I felt, oh my gosh, what's the hell wrong with me, and how I can make a perfect design, and no one to judge it, and just everybody accept it. In that time, let's I feel really down.
That's a tough situation, Jer. Receiving criticism, especially when you're new to a field, can make you feel inadequate. But remember, feedback is a normal part of growth and learning. Each critique helps you improve and get closer to creating designs that everyone appreciates. It's a learning curve, and you've been climbing it well.
Okay, so thank you so much. I'll just continue. Okay, let's go back to our diary, and I'll just continue to read it right now.
Absolutely, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
listening.
Okay. At lunch, one of my colleagues shared his experiences from his trip to the U.S. He described visiting several major cities and meeting people from all walks of life. While listening to him talk about the diversity and freedom in the U.S., I felt a pang and I felt pang of envy, and made me wonder if I should consider applying for a US visa, but when I brought up the idea, my friends were indifferent, neither supportive or nor discouraging. Their I don't know how to pronounce this word. Their ambivalence ambivalence just made me feel a bit discouraged. I don't know how to pronounce this word.
The word is ambivalent. It means having mixed feelings or being uncertain about something. Your friend's ambivalence made them neither support nor discourage your idea. Want to keep going?
No, just some words I don't know how to the meaning. Just like a it's diversity of diversity. How to pronounce it?
It's pronounced diversity. It refers to a range of different things, often used to describe a variety of people from different backgrounds, cultures, or experiences.
Okay.
Anything else you're curious about?
Okay, so I just make example. You know what? Here's my example. And the most important reason why I love to go to Hong Kong is about Hong Kong is really it's extremely diversity city. You can meet a lot of people in there, blacks, white, brown, etc.
Good example.
Yeah, go ahead.
You could say, one reason I love going to Hong Kong is because it's extremely diverse. You can meet people of all backgrounds there black, white, brown, and many others. Hong Kong is indeed known for its rich cultural diversity.
Okay, just name some other cities like Hong Kong. Like, it's a diversity. It's diversity city, right? Diverse city. Yes, diverse city.
Yes, Hong Kong is a diverse city. Other cities known for their diversity include New York, London, Toronto, and Singapore. These cities have a mix of cultures, languages, and traditions, making them vibrant and cosmopolitan.
I thought Tokyo and Seoul is not, right?
Tokyo is definitely a diverse city as well. It's a major international hub with a mix of traditional Japanese culture and influences from around the world. You'll find people from various backgrounds living and working there, making it a vibrant and dynamic place.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, let's go ahead. Diversity and freedom in the US. I felt a pan of EV. PANG, what's the meaning? It's pan. I know EV just like you just feel jealous of somebody like they did it and you don't have it.
Yes, you've got it. Envy is when you feel a bit jealous because someone else has something you want. And a pang of envy means a sudden, sharp feeling of jealousy. It sounds like hearing about the experiences in the US made you feel a little envious of the diversity and freedom there.
Yes, it is. Okay, so okay, let's go ahead. Okay, later in the day, I try to distract myself by playing distract. What's the meaning? It's just tell me later. Okay, so by playing Honor of Kings during the afternoon break, also while listening to the office, but even then, I couldn't shake off the feeling of being stuck. Like I wasn't progressing as much as I would hoped. After work, since didn't go as smoothly easier. I didn't have a car, and it took some efforts to find a colleague who was willing to drop me off at the swimming pool. And once I finally got there, I swam for like 1,000 meters. Although it should have felt like an accomplishment. I just felt exhausted and unfulfilled. Exhausted, what's the meaning of it? Just tell me that.
Exhausted means very tired, completely worn out. So, after swimming 1,000 meters, you felt physically drained and didn't have a sense of achievement, likely because you were so tired. Want to continue?
Yeah, just there's another word, and I mentioned it's about. Let me see. I forgot where it is. Let me check it out. Oh my gosh, did I? Oh yeah, just distract. Yeah, distract.
Distract means to take your attention away from something. So, when you said you tried to distract yourself by playing Honor of Kings, you meant you were trying to take your mind off things by focusing on the game. Ready to continue?
Yes. Just could you just use this distract to make it simple sample? That would be better to understand.
Of course. Here's an example. After a stressful day at work, Jer distracted himself by watching his favorite comedy show, which helped him forget about his worries for a while.
Exactly.
Distracting yourself.
Yeah, okay, I got the point. It's like you know what? Whenever I feel depressed, I feel really down. I don't have like if I break up, I'm sorry, it's not. But if I have arguments with my girlfriend, if I just like my manager, she didn't give me good impression, so I just feel really, that feeling's not very good. So I just that's two things I would do. The first is distract myself and to play like a mobile game, and I'll just concentrate on mobile game, do not think about others. The second is about to drink alcohol. I know people will say that drink alcohol is not good, but on the other hand, I really, I don't drink alcohol every day, but whenever I feel stress, stressed and pressure, and I just drink alcohol. Let the alcohol. After drinking that, I could fall asleep really soon, and there's no pressure at all.
It sounds like you use distract.
And so just okay, okay, so back home, I barely managed to eat dinner and prepare for my 10:30 p.m. online class. Back then, I was too drained to accurate my source property. I realized that I really need to work on organizing my speech better. Sometimes I feel like I over-explain things and miss the point entirely. Overall, they left me feeling unsatisfied and unproductive. Maybe it's time to approach my day differently. Set clear goals, take breaks when I need them, and focus on expressing my thoughts in a more structured way. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Yeah, so let's what happened yesterday.
Thanks for sharing, Jer. It sounds like you had a pretty challenging day, but it's great that you're reflecting on it and thinking about a chinwag sounds great. What's on your mind? Or is there something fun or interesting you'd like to chat about?
Oh, oh yeah, just I'll say. Was if it's really like if I'm not whenever I just try I want to try okay this time if I read English on my notebook I must be to it should be like looks good but when I try to write it on my notebook oh my gosh the handwriting is really bad, it's really ugly. How I can change?
Improving handwriting takes a bit of practice, but you can definitely make it look nicer. Here are a few tips. First, try to slow down and focus on forming each letter clearly. Second, use a good pen that feels comfortable in your hand. And third, practice writing on lined paper to help keep your letters straight and even. With some regular practice, your handwriting will improve over time. Would you like any specific exercises for handwriting practice?
I mean, you do have like a handwriting practice.
Yes, there are a few exercises you can try. One is to practice writing the alphabet slowly, focusing on each letter's shape. Another is to write out short sentences or phrases, concentrating on uniform letter size and spacing. You can also try copying passages from books or articles to improve consistency. Practicing cursive writing can also enhance the flow of your handwriting. And lastly, doing finger and hand exercises can help with control. Want to give any of these a try?
Maybe later. And I just want to ask you, like, after I read it, I do, that will improve my English. That will do. But if I just how if I write it on my notebook, it's already write it on my notebook. I think that's a really great way to help me to memorize. Right? Did I say it correct? Just I don't know how to express it. Just like using just write it notebook. Makes me unforget about it. I'll say that.
Yes, you expressed that well. Writing in your notebook is a great way to reinforce your memory. The physical act of writing helps your brain process and remember information better. Plus, seeing the words in your own handwriting creates a visual memory. So, writing